One, two. All right, let's roll.
Welcome.
You're listening to the Saddle Up Podcast,
where we discuss everything related to RGV athletics, past or present. We'll catch up with old teammates, friends, and take you down memory lane
with exclusive interviews.
This is the Saddle Up Podcast,
the voice of your covered walkway streets.
So dope.
This is gonna be awesome.
Stay tuned for new episodes every week.
From Bronx Village to the Fieldhouse,
we'll cover it all.
Hell yeah, dude. Carpe diem.
So saddle up and let's go.
Saddle up, partner.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? You tuned in for another week of the Saddle Up Podcast. It's your boy Matt. G's the co-host. Well, actually, he's the host. I'm the co-host. But this week we got a great guest. We have the GOAT. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Mire Chatman joining us this week.
Oh, man, thank y'all for having me. I appreciate y'all having me.
We've been trying to get on your schedule for like months now, right? Yeah. But you're so busy. You got the promotion, or you got the new gig. We'll get into that in a little bit, helping out the Valley youth. But what's going on? Tell us what you've been up to. Like, how's everything going with you?
Everything good, man. Well, recently I was with the Vipers this year. We had a good year, man. Traveling with them, up and down year. Kind of started off slow. Well, we started off good, and then, they have like 2 seasons with the G League, and then the second part of the season, we started off a little slow, and then we picked it up, and we ended up going to the championship, and we lost in the championship to Delaware. So we ended up getting second, man.
Right. I saw that. It was a great year.
It was a great year. Just keep learning. Just trying to learn that NBA type stuff, No,
what do you I'm assuming you do player development, right? So what you do for the guys, no one really sees, right? Because it's when the arena's locked and they're not allowed in the arena, or they're not allowed in the facility. Like, you work these guys out to sharpen their skills, right? That's what you do? Correct.
Just piggyback off the coach. Whenever he's not around, just try to help the guys understand, like the plays we run in, like the philosophy we have, the philosophy the Rockets have. Yeah. And then when the players do want extra shots or extra work, I'll be there. The BB Ops will be there, helping them rebound, helping them, pick and rolls, that type of stuff, trying to keep them, keep their reps up high.
Of course.
Also, do a lot of video with scouting, breaking down players, chopping up the video, chopping up the other team offenses. So it was a great learning year for me, man. I learned a lot of stuff, behind the coaching scene
G used to do that. He did this very same thing. Years ago for Nick Nurse.
Ah, nice. Yeah. G got him back over there with the Sixers.
Yeah, that's amazing, right?
Yeah.
That is pretty cool. But they're definitely learning. They're definitely learning from the best, Mire. Do you ever pull out, old highlights and let them know who they're learning from?
Yeah, like when I first come in, I never say nothing. They really don't know. Some of them, they really don't know who I am. And then exactly. It goes on. They'll see me like, during practice and stuff. They'll see me messing around, and then when somebody mention my name or say something about, a lot of the players ask me why I'm here. And then a lot of the players that come from the G League, they don't even know I live here. They think I'm like one of them and just, coming in from a different city.
Just like them, right? They're coming in just like exactly.
And then once they find out, why I'm here, and then, they'll hear my name, then they'll hear about me going to the college down here. And then once they research my name, it's over. Then they'll come in. Okay,
let me ask you, are you pulling the Bianca card where her students finally Googled her?
Yeah. I don't tell you. I don't tell them. I don't tell them, man. I mean, I never been that person, man.
Just
so
Google me.
Yeah, if you really don't know me, I'm not gonna tell you. Like, you just really gotta know me or heard about me, because half the time I forget, man. That's why I don't talk about myself, because half the time I forget what I did at Pan Am, or I did play with like people always bring up Iverson, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, yeah, we did play together. So and I done been so many places and played so much ball, man. I forget half the stuff, man.
Well, we'll bring up your experience with Bubba Chuck later, right? And
yes, sir.
For those, and you explain why I call him Bubba Chuck, right? It's not, sir. You'll get into that, sir. But tell us kind of a little bit who recruited you to come down. You came from JUCO, but Who was the coach that got you down here and sold you on the Valley?
What JUCO, Myrie?
I went to Southwest Christian College, and that is
man,
it's
we had some battles against them. I coached at Collin County.
Oh, you went to Collin County? Okay.
Yeah. Man, let me tell you, it was a battle every time we went into that gym. It was like a rec gym.
Exactly. So you can see what school I went to. I mean, man, it was 200 people, 100 girls, and 100 guys. You know what I mean? Like
small, and they were all at the game.
That's a small hood school. I had a teammate, Marquise Barnes, man. We was both from Garland, man, and we went in and we just killed that whole season. So we was both getting a lot of D1 offers, man. Yeah. And in my mind, I was going to Baylor. Like Baylor was constantly driving down, seeing us practice. They was coming to our games. And then right before the signing day of all this, they found out my grades wouldn't transfer over to the colleges. You know what I mean? Even though I passed grades, I passed everything. It was just because I came from Southwest Christian College. Nobody respected the JUCO I came from. So a lot of my grades didn't transfer. So I needed 12 hours in summer school to be able to be eligible to go D1.
Man,
all the colleges left except Robert Davenport.
Oh, my boy, Dav.
Once every college seen that I needed to go to summer school, that I need to complete 12 hours, they left. Nobody stopped. They started recruiting me, and Davenport told me, he was like, man, we're gonna wait on you. Like, we have faith that you're going to pass your classes, and we're going to wait on you. So that was the only school. That really was the only school I had.
Wow, man. What a dude. What a dude.
Davenport is a solid human being. You know,
they believed in you.
And me, myself, I knew I was going to pass. Like, do or die. If I'm challenged, I'm going to pass the classes. That wasn't no doubt about that. But all the colleges left. I mean, I had junior colleges still after me, but all the D1 colleges, they left, man, and I was averaging 27 and like 8 in junior colleges. So I had a lot of D1 offers, man. It just once they see my grades then transferred, everybody just left me.
It does. It happens.
UTPA was my only option, to be honest.
Well, I'm glad. I mean, obviously, you super talented, and you know, but I'm glad you ended up where you ended up because
me too.
Like. I've spent time with you. We've, hung out off the court. We played together in men's leagues and summer, but you were a solid human being. And I'm glad that your path took you down to the Valley.
Yes, sir.
Because I can call you a friend. And so
yes, sir. I appreciate you.
Everything works out for a reason. You met your wife at the time, and now you got beautiful kids. And so everything worked out for you. So
yes, sir. No doubt. No doubt. Appreciate you.
And Myrie, wait, Davenport recruited you. Who was Hoffman the coach?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hoffman.
Yes, sir. Hoffman was a coach. I think Davenport was really the recruiter, but Hoffman, I was talking to him too, but I would just talk to Davenport. Davenport would call me.
Dav was the guy.
He was the guy.
He
ended up getting the head job after Hoffman left and went to Oklahoma for a stint, but Dav is a solid human being. Shout out to Dav, man.
Oh man,
great dude.
Great guy.
Yeah. Myrie, I know we're gonna get into kind of like your favorite memories and all that, and your favorite games and all that good stuff, but and favorite teammates really. But I remember, I just want to say this because every time I hear your name, every time I see you, I think about this image. I was at a game, and I think did I go with y'all to Mexico on that Mexico trip that you all went with Hoffman? Were you on that team? Maybe you are.
Which one was it? Yeah, I think that was my first year. I think
with Monterey. We went to Monterey
Tech, right?
Yeah. So I went with you because Mike Garcias went, Bert Garcia, myself. We were, and Hoffman kind of brought us in and goes, man, just come with us. We'll pay for everything. La, la, la.
Nice.
I remember that. Do you remember that, man? We were playing in gyms where they had buckets because the water was coming through. I don't know if you remember that, but there was like they put down buckets on the floor because it was the gym was leaking. Okay. But anyway, that's the kind of trip it was, right? So
I don't remember. I know it was a bad trip. I remember it was a bad trip, man.
No, it was. I remember watching you play that year. So I was really invested in it because I went with y'all, kind of got to know y'all play, watch y'all play in the preseason and in the summer. And I remember, man, I've never seen anything like this in a damn game before. Like, it was a freaking game. Like, the game was going on. It meant something. It wasn't a damn highlight reel. It wasn't halftime or it was in the middle of a game. You're going down, you're in transition, you bounce it off the damn backboard, dude. I think you went floor, backboard, and then caught it and dunked that shit. And I was like, no way this dude just did this in a game, man. Dude.
I was crazy, man. I was crazy, man.
Is that why you came off the bench your first year, Mire?
It probably was, man. It probably was. I wouldn't doubt.
But I mean, I think, you say crazy, but I say bold. I say confident, and I think it's a microcosm of that play right there is a microcosm of your, how much of a competitor you are, man, how much confidence you had in yourself.
Of course.
So that's really cool.
Even when I would do something crazy, man, I would see his face, and then after it succeed, he would be good. Because I used to throw it under my arm too. I used to throw it on my arm a couple times and dunk it.
Yeah. So I think that's probably what. Yeah.
He would always tell me, "Hey, if it's a close game, don't do it." I'm like, all right, coach, yeah, whatever. Hey, I'm in a fast break, and I think about it, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, coach.
Right.
Sure. Okay, coach.
He's in the middle of the air looking over at him. All right. That's awesome, man.
Okay, coach.
That is great. But I just wanted to, I just remember that. And I remember thinking, man, this is awesome. Like,
yeah, I appreciate it, man. Yeah. I just tried to add something different, man.
No, you played, was your freshman year when y'all won in Puerto Rico, that tournament?
That was my senior year.
Senior year. Okay.
Yeah,
that's you and Kevin Mitchell and them, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was my senior year. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Kevin. Yeah, we need to get Kevin on the show. Once he sees your episode, everybody's gonna flock. They're gonna be like,
he's gonna be calling.
Yeah, everybody's gonna flock now because Mire gave his validation. Like, okay, these guys are legit.
Yeah,
Mire's doing the show. Like, we're gonna get flooded with.
Man, y'all doing good stuff, man. Because I've told you, Matt, before, man. I've been down here so long, man, and I rarely get asked, interviewed. Some people have interviewed me, but I don't live for that. But hey, I'm down here, and nobody since I've left, nobody had a season like that, and that's been 20 years.
Yeah,
so that's right.
Obviously something, something happened.
Well, obviously, Mire. Look, game recognizes game because obviously you're asked to be on staff for the Vipers, right? And you're developing and you're sharpening their skills for NBA caliber, talent, right? Yeah. And then now, talk to us about what you got going on. You just got named the director of the Viper Academy, correct? So now you're not only dealing with NBA athletes, but you're now going to be instructing the Valley's youth, correct?
Correct.
Congratulations. Round of applause. Let me hit the applause button. That's amazing.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. A lot of people don't look at it like you, man. A lot of people look at it like some competition type stuff. You know what I mean? And I try to explain to people, like, I played the game. I played at a professional level. I probably didn't make the NBA, but I played at the highest part of European basketball. And all I'm trying to do is trying to help these kids. I'm not out here trying to compete against no other trainer, no other coach, no other AAU program. Like, I've been there, done that. So my job,
the resume speaks for itself. Exactly. Like, honestly,
I don't need to compete. My job is to try to help these kids understand and how to play the right way, man. It's a lot of people teaching kids, but they're not teaching them how to play the right way. It's a difference. So that's all I want to do, man. Just keep the knowledge, because I'm still down here in the Valley. So while I'm here, I might as well spread the knowledge, man. I wouldn't be where I was without the Valley. So, hey, I got to.
But Mire, we need to, I think people need to understand that we need to take advantage of you being here.
Man, you know what? I try to tell people that all the time. Like, man, I'm here. Like, ask me questions, pick my brain. Like, I've seen some of the best, some of the worst.
Reed.
Pick my brain. I'm not here to compete against nobody.
Reed,
I'm here to help coaches. I'm here to help teachers. I'm here to help everybody. Like,
Reed, let me interrupt on that thought, because I got a nephew. He's a sophomore in high school down in Brownsville. His name is Aiden Garza. Let me talk to his mom and dad and see if they'll bring him over to the Viper Academy and help that kid out, man.
I'm here to help, man. I'm here to help. I don't know why people don't use me or pick my brain, but I'm here to help. I'm not here to
I'm talking to you, G.
Yeah, I know, man. I got it. He just walked in a little bit ago. I don't know if you heard the dogs barking. He had he had practice with his high school, but yeah, man. I need to bring him over to you, whip him into shape. Reed, he's pretty good, man.
I had Evan work with him.
Absolutely.
I remember Reed, when Evan would come down, I would always text you like, "Hey, Reed, Evan's coming down." Like, Evan worked with Reed several times.
Yes, sir.
We need to, man. We need to get you together with him and
just
kind of show him the tricks of the trade, dude.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Little
things, man.
Exactly.
The tricks, the little things, man. That other guys, he's not.
The nuances, So you mentioned you got done playing. You were on the Clippers summer league team for a hot second, right? For like a summer, but you never really crossed those lines, right? You never got into the league, which is fine. I mean, it's not everybody's. It wasn't in my cards, right? But tell us about your overseas experience. Like, where did you start off playing, and where did you end up?
Well, my first year, man, I started in Latvia. Ventspils. Latvia is a little country right outside of Russia, So all the climate.
Exactly where it's at, dude.
Yeah, it's just like Russia, man. I played there 2 years. After that, I went to a EuroLeague team in France called Port-Artes. My first year in EuroLeague. I led the EuroLeague in assists. My first year in EuroLeague. Wow. That was after everybody said I couldn't play the point guard. That's why they sent me overseas. They were saying, I was too small. This before the Allen Iverson area, or Allen Iverson just got in the league. So they were still saying, like, if you're under 6 foot, around 6'1", 6'2", you can't be a two guard. Like, you got to be a point guard. So with me going to the pre-draft camp, man, I wasn't a point guard. I was a shooting guard. I mean, I could pass, but my mind was on scoring, So they sent me overseas, work on your point guard skills, blah, blah, blah. I led in EuroLeague that first year I got in there, and then I went to the Clippers. I went to the Clippers that summer.
Oh, okay.
And then it was basically the same thing, stay, go back overseas and practice. After that, I told my agent, I was 25 at the time. I told my agent, I'm done. Like, don't even anybody from the NBA ask for a tryout. I actually tried out for the Mavericks that year, that summer too. I had to work out with the Mavericks that summer. After that, I just told them, I already got a name overseas. I'm good. I'm comfortable. I'm not coming off the bench. I don't have to prove nothing anymore.
Yeah.
I'm good. The pay was good. The living was good. So I just told him, I was like 25. I told him, you know what? Don't even worry.
Happy.
Don't even try to get me.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm okay. I think if I would have kept trying, I think I could have got in there. But I just told him, like,
you would have definitely got in.
I was done proving myself. I was done.
So you never know. You never know what could have happened, man. Like the road that you took was the road you were supposed to take.
Exactly.
Well, exactly.
It led you right to where you're at right now.
And the road led you to team up with a guy named Bubba Chuck. Now tell everybody who Bubba Chuck is.
Bubba Chuck, that's Allen Iverson.
And why do they call him Bubba Chuck? His close friends call him Bubba Chuck.
Yeah, well, he told us, Bubba Chuck, that was his name coming up. That was the nickname his mom gave him. And everybody who's close to him, he wants you to call him Chuck. Like, he don't want, like, he don't like his teammates to call him AI. Like, that's the median. That's like,
that's
he don't
the commercialized.
That's the name everybody that don't know him call him. If you know him and he's cool with you, he wants you to call him Chuck. And that was a great experience, man. That was my favorite player coming up, and to be able to play on the same team, man, that was like a dream come true for me, to be honest.
Now, how is that? When
it's like me going to the NBA right there. I didn't need after I played him. That was my NBA.
They always say, that saying is you never want to meet your idols, right? Like, how you say you grew up idolizing him. Like, how was he as a person? Like, not just, I mean, we all know how he was as a player, but how was he as a teammate and as a person? Like, did that tarnish the idea that you had of him growing up as AI?
It made me respect him more, man, because from the outside looking in, you would think, you would think different person. You would think cocky. You would think, gangster. You would think just didn't care about nothing. But, man, he was totally opposite, man. Very humble guy, very funny guy, cool with everybody. He wasn't trying to act like he was above anybody. Wow. I mean, man, a great guy. He awesome. And my thing was, he was not trying to act like he was above anybody.
That's
like
fantastic.
He
I love to hear stories like that.
Oh man, you wouldn't believe it. But if you look at him, you think, gangster, this and that. But you get to know him, man, the greatest guy. He wasn't have no problems. He didn't want no problems with nobody. He wanted to be cool with everybody. I mean, man,
that's amazing.
Great guy, man. Great guy.
So the media kind of portrayed him.
The media kind of cast a different light like that.
Yeah, it did.
I've heard nothing but, you and I've had this conversation before. Obviously, I've asked you about it years ago, but I love to hear that story, and I love to hear those feel-good stories about athletes that are just really down to earth, because I've had my experiences with both sides of the coin, right? Okay. Where one's total, you would imagine they are like that, and they are like that, and ones that are really, really cool, right? So
I'm sitting right here, Matt. I'm
not talking about you. I don't want to name names, but there's definitely athletes. But so you were teammates with AI, right? That leads me into what I'm gonna steal one of G's questions. Name your favorite teammate in college.
Ooh. Gosh, that's a tough one, man. You don't want to,
And you can name, I mean, if it was a teammate that you played with in like men's leagues and summer leagues, maybe you didn't play with him.
Man, I gotta go. Yeah, to be honest, I gotta go with the whole team, man. My senior year, man, the whole team.
That's what a leader does. That's what a leader does.
Guys, Myrie, name some of those guys.
Man, we got Kevin. We got shout out Kevin Mitchell. Shout out DeFrance Gurley. Shout out Joey Tate.
Gurley, Tate.
Shout out Quinn Canada. Shout out to the Wania boys, Thomas and Andreas. Oh man, I can go shout out to Coach Hoffman, Coach Davenport, like that whole team, man, because they bought into really letting me play my game, man. I couldn't have did it without them, man, because they really supported me. They was passing me the ball. Even some games when I wasn't making shots, they kept feeding me the ball. Like, shout out to the team, man. I believe me, man.
That's what leaders do, right there. That is the best answer we've heard. Like,
no, I think it's one game. I don't know if Kevin remember this, man. It's one game. I think right when the season started, right, and I was a fast break player. So if we get the rebound, kick it out to me, because if it's me one-on-one with somebody, it's a bucket, right? So I'm running the floor, right? Kevin had the ball and he didn't kick it up, right? And I think he was still kind of new. So I went to him, I like, say, man, pass the ball up. I'm gonna score that. Like, kick it up. I'm gonna score that, right? He was like, man, we don't gotta, I don't gotta kick it up every time, right? I was like, okay, cool. Man, I say it took about a game or two. After that, he just started kicking it up every time. He started kicking it up because he seen he was getting assists. Even when he kick it up and follow me, sometimes I would kick it back to him for the three. So it was just it was just one time I had to tell him, like, man, kick it up to me, Kev. Like, I'm gonna score this. And he was kind of like, man, I don't gotta kick it up every time. I'm thinking like, hey, bro, believe me, you either go get assists or you go get a bucket. Like, kick it up to me. And hey, from then on, it was, man.
Now let me ask you this. I gotta fact check it, but did Kevin lead the team that year in assists?
Yeah, I'm sure he did. I'm sure he did, man. Because when he first came, I don't think he really knew, because I came off the bench, so he really didn't know like what I can do or whatnot. But it took a couple games. And he was like, let me get this easy assist sometimes.
So did Kevin play with Beamer also?
No, he did not. He did not.
Okay.
Kevin came my senior year.
Myrie, did you play with Colonel?
Yes, sir. My first year. Yes, sir.
The Colonel?
Kyle Sanders. Yes, sir.
Kyle Sanders. Shout out to Kern, man.
Hey, shout out to Kern, because when we was here, he took me to see Allen Iverson, because he was from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
When Philly came to play the Spurs, he went to watch the game and he took me with him because
Wow.
he knew I was a big Iverson fan, man. So shout out to Kyle for that. He took me to the Spurs.
And then you end up playing with AI. That's
and
amazing.
I ended up playing with AI, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Wow.
We
got to get Kern
Kyle
on the show, man.
We got to get Kern on the show. Yeah, for sure.
All right. So let me ask you. Go ahead. Let me ask you another question.
Yes,
Most
sir.
famous person in your phone.
That's a good one, Matt. Mm-hmm. AI. No.
Yeah, I lost AI number, man. He had some
okay.
numbers. I don't got AI number no more. Man,
When you have that many famous people in your phone,
yeah,
that's amazing.
You gotta think about it.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. That's a good one, man. I don't know who would I consider like who would I would throw out there, a coach or a player. You get what I'm saying?
Throw out a player.
Throw out a player.
Man, I got a lot of players in my phone, man. Man.
We put him on the spot. We put him
Matt
on the spot.
Palmquist.
You did,
Matt
man.
Matt Palmquist.
Matt Palmquist. Hey, I'm gonna have to skip that question, man. I got a lot of players.
Who's the most famous player's agent that you have in your phone?
Who must what?
Player's agent.
Player's agent? What you mean by that? Matt, I'll go with you, man.
Matt.
I'll go with you, homie. You got
there you go, baby.
There you go. There you go.
I only got two agents number on my phone. My agent and you. Hey, for real. That's real talk.
That's amazing. All right.
Well,
hey,
Mire, favorite game that you ever played at UTPA, man.
Favorite game.
Most memorable game.
Well, the most memorable game, I would say, man, the time I almost scored 50, man.
There you go.
But I got kicked out the game, man.
So,
with 5 minutes, I got kicked out with 5 minutes left. And then and I had 46. I had 46 at the time. So
who were y'all playing?
We was playing Corpus Christi.
Oh man, it's always a battle against those guys.
That's why it was heated. It was heated up in there.
Yeah.
And
y'all were in Corpus or were y'all at home?
We was in Corpus. Corpus.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was one of those games, man. It was one of those games. I was just hitting everything. Like I said, Kevin was hitting me on the break, so I had a lot of fast breaks.
Yeah.
Fast break points, a lot of and ones. It was just too hot in there, man. Like, Corpus go always talk trash, man. So we talk trash the whole game.
You can't let that slip, Mire.
Nah,
you're too much of a competitor.
People didn't understand. Like that's when I was like really score a lot when people start talking trash. Like it was better if you would just kind of like be quiet, just be quiet and let me miss on my own. Once you start talking trash, it was a
hyper focus.
Yeah.
Now, were they independent? Were they independent also?
Yeah, they was independent as well that year. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mire, what's your go-to? What was your go-to to go eat? Go find some grub, man. What was your favorite place?
I
just went. By the way, I just went to Starlight Burger earlier today.
Yeah, if you check on the Instagram today,
hey, what was the barbecue place? Willie B's, right? Willie B's.
Wow.
Was that the name of it?
Yes, Willie B's right there in Edinburgh.
Hey,
Willie B's.
He took me there on my recruitment trip, and that was it. That sold me. That sold me right there. That sold me for that restaurant. He took me there on my recruitment trip.
Hey, and look, I'm gonna tell you something, Reese. Since you're in Edinburgh and you're the director of Junior Vipers, if you go into Willie B's right now,
okay, it's still there.
It's still there.
I don't know.
On the wall,
okay.
Somebody wrote, "I'm a Matt Palmquist fan" on the wall.
Okay.
I'll send you the picture. It's there.
So
it's legit.
You didn't do that?
It got sent to me like 3 or 4 months ago. Somebody was standing in line, took the picture and sent it to me. And I was like, where is this? They were like, Willie B's. Somebody wrote that. Yeah.
You're a legend.
I mean, I'm not in the Hall of Fame like you, but yeah, I got my name on a Willie B's wall. So
it's coming. Yeah. It's coming, man. It's coming. You're a legend, bro.
Mire, what's the last song that you heard on your playlist?
Last song. Actually, I was getting some shots up today, man, and I listened to some Lil Baby. That's what I was listening to today.
Yeah, there you go, Matt. There's one of them.
Lil Baby.
I really don't listen, man. I really don't listen to the new artists, man. I really don't. But Little Baby is like one of the ones I do listen to, but like all the other ones I don't, man.
Okay, so that was shots today, but when Mire was about to put up 46 against Corpus, what was on his Walkman? Because we played way back in the day.
You had a Walkman? He had an iPod, didn't he? Yeah,
no, iPods weren't out yet.
No, I had the CD.
What was on the CD?
Man, I had probably some Tupac for sure. Some Ludacris. Because that's gonna be on the playlist. I'm gonna tell y'all about later. But Ludacris was in at the time.
Yeah,
a lot of Ludacris. Lil Jon was in at the time. So a lot of crunk music, a lot of jumping around, bumping your head on type music. Yeah. Jay-Z, you know, Jay-Z was in at the time. Wow. So either one of those, man. It depends on what mood. Like if I really want to go out there and jump around, I would put on some Lil Jon. You know, if I was on some smart thinking type stuff, Jay-Z. Like, you know, Jay-Z gonna sit you down, make you think a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? So it depends on what type of game it was, man.
What about Usher?
Oh yeah, no.
Come on, man.
Oh, not before no game, bro. Ain't nothing wrong.
Man.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it, but I didn't rock with it.
Nothing wrong. But he's scoring three.
I would listen to Usher, but not before a game.
Yeah, of course. I'm messing with you, man, because of Little John and I'm just
3 points, 3 points, 8 turnovers, 2 rebounds. If you listen to Usher before,
I've been too laid back. I had to be drunk. Couldn't be out there laid back, bro.
Just real quick.
Go ahead.
If when Matt sends us that picture of the autograph, whatever, Willie B's.
Yes, sir.
Okay, like Matt Palmquist, whatever he says, right?
That's what he say. That's what he say, right?
It's on there, guys.
They probably was at Pizza Hut. They probably wasn't at Willie B.
You don't know. We don't know. I think he probably did it. He probably did it. Like you know that he wrote his own name on there. Yeah, he wrote his own name. But we're gonna get a little like photo of it and then put it on a T-shirt. Would you wear that to a game?
Oh man, I will. Yes, sir. Yes,
all
indeed.
right, baby. We'll do the same thing.
And we gotta have on the back. We gotta have y'all podcast. We gotta have.
Yeah, baby.
Podcast.
We're already talking about. Hey, we just got the website up. We're already talking about merch. Like
that's what I was about to say. Get the merch out and get me some of that.
Yep. Yeah, we'll get you merch.
Absolutely.
We just launched the new playlist, the official soundtrack on Spotify. So I'll shoot you the link. All you got to do is save it, man, and you can listen to it while putting up shots. There is some Usher on there, but we'll definitely get some Little Baby.
Okay, some Little Baby, some Little John.
Little John's on there. Tupac's already on there, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
It's a compilation of all the songs that all the guests have talked about.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's the soundtrack of the show, right?
That's nice, man. It's a little
nice,
variety of everything. That's nice.
Yeah, exactly. It's got a little bit of everything, right?
That's nice.
So
that's nice.
That's
what you call a playlist. That's what you call a playlist.
Yeah, it's a playlist. Right. Yeah, it's the soundtrack, the Saddle Up podcast, the soundtrack, and it's on Spotify. So check it out.
Yes, sir.
Mire, if you had a superpower, what would it be? Ooh, boy.
Superpower. For what, on the court, off the court, or just?
No, just in general.
In general,
superpower. I would say, I don't want to think too long on this, man. I would say, man.
There's so many to choose from, man.
Yeah, probably if I could fly, man. Fly.
Oh man, you've been flying since the day you got here, man.
If I could just fly everywhere instead of driving, man, that'd be or walking. If I can just get up in the air and fly, man,
Man, you've been soaring since the day you got here, my friend.
Hey, but I'm talking about that's hard work. I'm talking about with ease. I want to be able to just fly with ease.
Yeah, without effort. Yeah,
exactly.
Without effort.
Fine. Hey, that's my superpower. Wow. Fly everywhere.
Man, I can't tell you enough what a blessing it is to have you on the show, my friend. Like,
oh man, I
you are a Valley treasure. Like, I know you only played at the university for 2 years, but the mark you left is forever cemented in the university's history. So,
man, I appreciate.
I'm giving you your flowers now, my friend.
I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. I like y'all said, man. I think if I didn't go the route that I did, I wouldn't have been there. Like I said, the first year I came off the bench. A lot of people asked me how I even went through that. You know what I mean? Like, it was tough. It was tough. I was JUCO All-American, coming to and considered like a small D1 and I'm not starting. It was tough. It was tough, but man, I stayed with it. I stayed with it. I came off the bench. I was still averaging 18 off the bench. I just stayed with it, man. I stayed with it, and I didn't want to complain about nothing. I didn't want to try to make no excuses about anything. The thing was me and Beamer, we played two different styles. You know what I mean? Like, we played two different styles. They was used to, shooting the three. Beamer was a 3-point shooter. So when I came in, it was like a different type of style. So I kind of understood, me off the bench because they already seen one style. They seen, shooting threes.
Yeah.
They never really haven't seen a style like me getting steals and going to the hole, shooting threes, crossing people over. Like, it was a whole different style, man.
It was a whole different thing.
I don't regret nothing, man. I think it actually made me work harder, to be honest, for that
man, I hope kids that are playing high school right now, that are, have the goals of or the aspirations to play, are listening to this and say, look, man, you're going to run through adversity. What do? Are you going to run through that wall, or are you going to, just quit?
Exactly.
And you just put your head down, man, and you just went for it,
You got to go for it. I got a whole story. I got a whole story. So my freshman year in high school, I played freshman. Yeah. My sophomore year in high school, I played JV. In both years, I'm leading in scoring. You know what I mean? Like, I led the freshman team in scoring. So obviously I was supposed to be on varsity, but I wasn't tripping. Second year, I played JV, led the team in scoring. Obviously, I was supposed to be on varsity that year, which I wasn't tripping. My junior year, I got on varsity. I didn't lead in scoring, but I did play a little bit. My senior year, I was on varsity, and I was with like maybe six D1 players. Like, my high school was good. I went to South Garland. That's the home of Tyrese Maxey. I don't know if y'all know Tyrese. That's what Maxey. So it was six of us that was D1, whatever. I led the team in scoring my senior year.
Wow, crazy,
with all these, D1 guys, but everybody was taller than me. So they was getting the looks. They was getting the D1, right? Yeah. So my whole life was overlooked.
Climbing.
I would always hear like, we don't know how he's doing it.
Yeah.
I would always hear this. I would average 20, and they would like, it don't even look like he's scoring 20, or we don't know how he's doing it.
Oh, you do it so effortlessly.
I would hear it all the time.
Oh my gosh.
I would hear it all the time. Like, man, we would look at the game, and then on stats, we would look, and you would have 25.
I've seen
How'd you do it?
I've seen you play. I've been on the court with you in summer leagues and men's league games, and you do it so effortlessly, and you look up at the stat sheet afterwards, and you're like, what? He had 35. Like,
Matt, I could never understand it, because me on the inside, it feel like I was going 1,000. Like, it feel like I was doing it 1,000. And when people would talk to me like, man, you look so smooth.
It looks so effortlessly.
I'll be like, man, my body is hurting. You don't understand. Like, I'm giving all my might. I don't understand how y'all think I'm looking so smooth and so slow. And I feel like I'm moving 100 miles an hour.
Well, I will tell you this. You definitely killed the podcast game, because you do it so effortlessly also.
Yeah.
And you've done it with ease. And you look like a natural, and you can come back anytime you want to join the show.
I'd
love to have you and hear more stories. And
whenever y'all need me, man.
I want to thank you so much for being on the show and being a friend. Like, you've been a friend for mine for like 2 decades now.
Of course.
And I just want to say thank you and give you your flowers.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate y'all having me on the show. Anytime y'all need me. Anytime y'all want to talk some basketball. If y'all don't have nothing else to do,
we're gonna have you on when the Vipers start up again. We're gonna have you on.
Yeah.
So, even if y'all want to talk basketball, just holler at me, man. We can just get on the podcast and just talk basketball.
What's your knowledge on pickleball? Because we're gonna do a pickleball episode.
Hey, man, I'm gonna give you some good knowledge on that. So I say like right before the pandemic, man, I was training my daughter here in Mission Parks and Rec, and all the Winter Texans, they will fill it up, right? This was 4 years ago. And so me and my daughter, we watch, we like, man, what are they playing? So the lady would come to me like, hey, y'all, this is pickleball. This is the #1 sport that's just rising.
Yeah.
I would make fun of it every day. Like, how she say this is rising? Like, who's gonna play this? And I look today. Oh my God, it's everywhere.
Blowing up.
It's everywhere.
They got LeBron, Tom Brady, Kevin Durant own teams. Like, they started a pickleball Pro
Man,
league.
it's crazy.
By the time I'm 65, I want to be like top 10 in the world. Top 10 in the world. 65 and over.
10 in the world. And over. Hey, you got a lot of winter Texas you're gonna have to knock off, son.
Yeah, no shit. Man. God, man. Got a lot of work to do, man.
Oh man.
20 years, baby. I got 20 years.
We can't wait to have you back, Mire. Thank you so much for joining the show.
Yes, sir.
Guys, we'll see you next week with another great guest, but we're signing off now. Mire Chatman, thank you. We wish you all the best. You were an awesome guest, and we wish you all the success.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all guys.
Take care, guys. We'll talk to you soon. See you next week.
See ya.